It's been a little over a week since Spain won the Women's World Cup over England, but the days following its victory have been filled with controversy rather than celebration. The country is still reeling after an incident where Spanish Soccer Federation President Luis Rubiales grabbed star forward Jenny Hermoso's face and kissed her on the lips during the victory ceremony. He went on to defend his actions, saying that she had given him consent, but Hermoso denies that claim. And despite massive backlash from the team, the federation, and the country itself, Rubiales refuses to resign. FIFA ended up suspending Rubiales for 90 days, but Spain's own soccer federation has taken matters into its own hands and has asked UEFA, which runs the European competitions like the Champions League, to suspend Spain if Rubiales doesn't step down. If that were to happen, mega clubs like Real Madrid and Barcelona would miss out on millions in shared TV revenue, crippling their already delicate financial situations. Plus, corporate sponsors of the Spanish national team have begun to distance themselves from the federation as long as Rubiales is still at the helm. So what started as a kiss, Neal, has spiraled into a huge national controversy with suddenly millions of dollars at stake as well.
Yeah, and then yesterday things took even a weirder turn. It was on Sunday when Rubiales' mom went on a hunger strike. She locked herself in the church in their town and went on a hunger strike and claimed that the media and journalists and everyone else, all these politicians, were out to get her son. So there's this small cabal of people that are still defending him, and his mom is going on a hunger strike. But to me, this reflects the sort of the bargaining power and the increased prominence of women's soccer, because after all of this happened, the Spanish women's soccer team and a bunch of other women's soccer players in Spain basically staged a boycott and said, we're not going to play until Rubiales is gone. And so that put a lot of pressure on the FIFA and other leaders to take action here. And you're starting to see women's soccer become more prominent. And then in the broader conversation, a lot of people are saying this is the Me Too movement in Spain, and the hashtag is Se acabó, which means it's over. And that has been spreading all over Spanish social media, been used by women's players, by politicians, by a bunch of the team sponsors, by saying, like, a lot of this behavior has been happening under the surface, but after the World Cup, it was the most public thing ever because this was on TV in the victory celebration. And so you're seeing, like, a lot of the mistreatment that's been happening for years play out right in front of everyone's eyes, in front of millions of people.
Yeah, it does feel very much like the Me Too movement, in the sense that suddenly all these repressed stories are coming to light about how men in positions of power have been treating women for a long time, but then finally there's like this catalyst moment. And then also, so it has been interesting to see how the sponsors of the Spanish national team, involved with the Spanish national team, have been handling this. Because, I mean, you have to remember that soccer and football in Spain is literally life, not to quote Ted Lasso, but it's such a core part of their identity. So the sponsors have kind of been distancing themselves, but they refuse to cut ties with the federation because, again, like, this is the main thing that Spanish people are most proud of and most involved in. So it hasn't been, you haven't seen that full financial pressure exerted that they're fully cutting ties, but they're releasing statements trying to distance themselves from the team. So I thought that kind of threading the needle has been interesting to see on the sponsor side.
So we'll see how this plays out. But I mean, the sad part about it is that it's overshadowed the win, which this is all anyone's talking about. Maybe the good part of it is that a lot of Spanish women are saying is that it's finally bringing to light a lot of these problems. And this has been plaguing soccer across the world. I mean, you know what happened in the National Women's Soccer League over the past few years, which is the U.S.'s top women's soccer league. There's been all of these investigations and revealing of mistreatment by leadership. 5 of the 10 coaches in the NWSL were either stepped down or were fired over the past couple seasons over misconduct. So this has been something that has been bubbling under the surface and finally came to light. So a lot of people are saying, okay, it's finally, like, we need to seize the moment to create change here.
Hey, thanks for watching. And if you want more Morning Brew Daily, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And also check out the rest of our episodes wherever you get your podcasts.
New episodes drop at 7 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday, and you can email us at morningbrewdaily@morningbrew.com.